Nobody knows. That's the point. You go through hard things, real, heavy things, and you don't tell a single person. Not a friend, not a parent, not the one person who said they'd always be there. You just carry it, quietly, completely alone, and people around you have no idea. Most people see this and call it strength. Some call it pride. Others assume you're fine. Because you look fine. You act fine. You have perfected looking fine. But there's something underneath that nobody talks about. And it's not what you think it is. Here's what's actually happening. When you face something painful, a loss, a failure, a fear you can't quite name, your mind has a choice. Process it outward or hold it in. Most people, the moment something hurts, reach for their phone, call someone, post something. They externalize the pain immediately. You don't do that. And the reason isn't simply that you're private. That's the surface answer. The real reason is older than that. Somewhere along the way, you learned that showing your problems created more problems. Maybe someone minimized your pain. Maybe they panicked. Maybe they made it about themselves. Maybe you watched what happened when others were vulnerable and decided, quietly, without even realizing it, that the cost was too high. Psychologists call this emotional suppression. It's not repression. That's when you bury something without knowing it. Suppression is conscious. You know exactly what's wrong. You choose not to say it. And over time, that choice becomes a reflex. Research in behavioral psychology shows something important here. Suppression doesn't make the emotion disappear. It just moves it inward. The pressure stays the same. It just has nowhere to go. And the body keeps the score, as they say. Sleep gets harder. Small things start feeling heavier than they should. You feel tired in a way rest doesn't fix. But here's where it gets strange. The people who suppress most effectively, the ones who carry the most without showing it, are often the most emotionally intelligent people in the room. They can read everyone else's pain instantly. They just can't ask for help with their own. That's not coincidence. It's the same skill, running in reverse. Most people stop here and say, just open up more. Talk to someone. Trust people. That advice isn't wrong, but it misses something. Because the silence isn't just a bad habit. It's a system that was built for a reason. You didn't arrive here randomly. You arrived here because at some point staying quiet kept you safe. Here's what changes everything. The goal isn't to become someone who talks about everything. Some people should not know your problems. That's not fear. That's accurate judgment. The goal is to stop treating your own pain like it's a burden you have to protect others from. Because that's what's really happening. You're not just being private. You're preemptively deciding that your struggle is too much. That it would be too much for anyone to hold. And that belief, that specific belief, is the thing worth examining. Psychologists who study this have found that people with high suppression habits don't lack trust in others. They lack permission for themselves. They have simply never been told or never fully believed that their problems deserve space. So they get very good at living without that space. And from the outside, it looks like strength. Sometimes it even feels like strength. But there's a difference between choosing silence and defaulting to it. One is power. The other is a very old protection you forgot you were wearing. You don't have to announce your pain to the world. You never have to do that. But somewhere, at some point, one person, one moment, one honest sentence might be worth more than all the years of carrying it alone. The real question isn't why you keep it to yourself. You already know why. The question is whether that reason still applies.